Broadcasting live from the, that's nice, ravaged bayous of Louisiana. Hello, everybody. We're just here today to keep Kaiju Kitty waiting. And Leah, most welcome. Yeah. I just once again, I don't know, like an hour ago, I was all up, just total mood change for the day. I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do a show. I was kind of debating it. Really didn't have shit going on other than painting, and I was like, you know what? I'll just turn on the camera. I'll paint and just not even talk about it. Just maybe not even turn the mic on. And I was like, nah, you know what? My people deserve a show. And then 30 minutes ago, I was just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here today. You take a nap. It's nap time. I'm sundowning. Just a nap. Nap sounds really nice. Just pull the sheets over my head. Do a little ASMR and let everybody know just how wonderful it is to cozy up in a rocking chair and just do wonderful things. And lovely assistant is threatening me with punctuation if I do an ASMR at whatever. Man, everybody's loving it. My viewership just started rocking at Howdy, Rowdy. Hey, speaking of Rowdy, before I forget, stickers. Get your stickers. They go to the Trevor Project. All proceeds, you get t-shirts, whatever. It is a great thing. And listen, when it tells you that to order the 4x4 stickers, that's the whole sheet of stickers is 4x4, not each sticker. I was expecting a 4-inch by 4-inch Rowdy, but no, that order the larger size. I will say 4x4. This is a good size. They fit everywhere. But Rowdy is in chat and she will post a link because that's what good blue wrenches do. Yes, they do. They have bigger sizes. that's what she in fact did say. So but yeah, no, listen, I the 4-inch by 4-inch is a good size. They do have larger sizes if you want. Go big or go the fuck home. And it goes for a good cause. So, like I said, Rowdy will please, Miss Blue Wrench, if you would post a link at your convenience, pin it to the top, so people can find it for, anytime really during the show, because I don't have much to offer today, other than a slight bit of commentary on a couple figures. And, I have got to tell you that there was. Oh, here, hold on. Let me see if I can. Oh, it won't let me pin it from here, but there's the link. Get you a t-shirt. Uh, I think she's got some thongs you can get. You know, there's all kinds of good stuff. There's something for everybody. And I promise you, if you break $1,000 for this, and we get to donate $1,000 to the Trevor Project, I will do an entire episode in ASMR. Or I won't. Your choice. Either I will pay $1,000 for Max not to do that, or I will pay $1,000 for Max to do that. Y'all decide. It's your dime. And I am, if nothing but not a whore to my art. So, yeah, I gotta stop trying to do that. That's some bullshit. But still. So we're up to, what are we up to? 45. So, no, I'm not. No, we don't set the bar low on this channel. And $1,000. Somebody out there either does not want me to do ASMR that badly or wants me to do ASMR that badly. You be the judge. We'll see how it goes. I'm in stereo, baby. Oh no, Rowdy. No. Come on now. So I mean, seriously, I mean, it's like, I know, Kaiju Kitty could do it. I mean, that's just like 2, vinyls for him. So, hey, Larry. So, unlike Larry, I don't open shit on air. I get it and I do it, but there's something about these retro figures I want to talk about. I want to address real quick. These are made in Vietnam. And I've got to tell you, they have got their shit together at that factory. There ain't no gubby weapons. There are good joints. There's good texture with these figures. Everything that's supposed to be gummy is just the right amount of gummy, like the helmets, the skin tones. Why can't China and all the mainline G.I. Joe classifieds get their shit together and, either send everything over to Vietnam? I honestly cannot wait for the retro carded Wild Bill, because I believe it is going to be everything that the HasLab one wasn't. Also got the little lady, Crimson Guard, and the only thing that, I mean, for female figures notoriously in the classified line have really bad arm joints right in here. They just pop off. Like if anybody remembers the Zorana and stuff like that. But look at this. Look here. I'll make a point. Here is rifle, not gummy, not bendy. It's not everything. Here's Zap's little TV, the animated series rifle. Perfect. Perfect. That thing is not going to sag in the summertime. Absolutely fantastic. The only criticism I have are the backpack holes. They You need to be careful with putting the backpacks on anything you get out of Vietnam, because those holes are very unforgiving. And if you get it in there and twist it just right, you are going to get the backpack is going to get some plastic stress. So that I definitely don't like. But the female guardsman, I I think it turned out okay. I would have actually liked to seen um maybe a little bit beefier. I'm not talking about like Chung Lee, beefy, but I would have liked to seen a little bit different body type than we, always get in the classified line. Uh but I mean, all females are, exactly the same. None of them are different. They're all the same. But I noticed this when the little green trooper came out. Also, retro carded figure that it was the first time I noticed that it was a Vietnam factory. And I'm here to tell you, there for a little bit when all the tariffs how did they work out? Um and everybody was talking about not getting their stuff from China and they were going to move all the factories to Vietnam and everybody was freaking out. It's like, oh, Vietnam factories, they're not going to know what they're going to do. And you know what? I was one of those. I kind of had, it's people who know better than me, and there's a lot of them out there. We're like, it's going to be 10 years before a factory in Vietnam is set up to do what we're used to getting with the classified law. No, sir. They are kicking ass. Every retro card, and you know what? I ought to put it to the real test and I ought to go in the other room and grab Crazy Legs and open it. I do an open air in honor of Larry, whose channel you should check out. Larry opens things. I don't know what it's called. It's got Larry in it. It's kind of geeky and he's a real worldy guy. So, just maybe do those three words together and it'll pop up somewhere. So and it gets a little chaosy over there. But anyway, I ought to put it to the real test because I have the HasLab Crazy Legs and it was okay, but even as a HasLab, gummy weapons. So maybe here in a few minutes we'll see. I'm sorry, was I shouting? I didn't mean to shout. Sorry. Um Oh yeah, see, hi Larry. Everybody shows up. Not once. It's a birthday spectacular. Nobody has. Oh, here we go. Stu for the save. Finally, somebody, even though my birthday was like 3 damn days ago, I get a happy birthday. Thank you, Stu, for looking out for us, you know, old retirees. And 51 years. And you know what? Piss on that whole, oh, oh, you're 51 years young, Max. No, no, I'm 51 years old. And I feel every bit of it. All I've got no neck, I've got no knees. It I got about 2 hours where I can hold a paintbrush to yeah. Ay, ay, ay. I'm starting to look at instead of, that, oh, the bathroom remodel. I'm starting to think about, maybe one of those walk-in bathtubs instead of, nah, I don't know. Jacuzzis are, they're just gross. Um, I got some jacuzzi stories, but I'm not going to tell them here. Um, so my birthday was on the 19th, and I, I don't know. I was definitely, it was I get the typical, I know I'm old now because the only birthday greetings I get are Facebook ones where people are, forcibly reminded that, hey, remember that dude? It's his birthday today. Say something nice. They're trying. It I think it only took 8 hours for my kid to remember. At 612 months. I probably got about 30 more to go. So it make the best of it. I did get if y'all want to see, I did get a little bit of work done on the painting for those who aren't checking in on that. But it's coming along a little better. It still looks like an absolute mess. I don't know. Uh, the birthdays are depressing as shit because I'm one of those Toys R Us kids and I want presents and I didn't get shit. So I got some rowdy stickers and you can get them too. Link is in the comments. But you want to get me a birthday present, hit that like button. So there you go. Which Robert is that? Is that Robert? Thought I booted his dumb ass out of here. Um, but you were at that age when you say happy birthday to a Facebook person and someone sends you a message. He died 2 years ago, right? Hey, listen, you want to talk about that? That is some real depression shit right there. Going through my contacts list on my phone the other day and like oh, Diaz? Man, don't hold Diaz's comments. Why does Diaz always get in trouble? Oh, poor Diaz. You can't, man. I'm fighting this for you, man. Come on. Give a little on your end. But, going through my contacts list and just like, oh, dead, 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 dead. Oh, yep, dying, dead, dead. Yeah, it's, ay, ay, ay. That's right. There's only one Robert. Hey, Derek. Hope you're doing well as hope you're doing good as well, man. I'm always thinking about you. That yeah. I gotta I don't know. And I'm pretty much a shut in. So except for you fine folk who put up with me, I I pretty much that this is it. This is my retire to the veranda with a with a brandy and a cigar. So I didn't even get a cigar this year. I usually always get a cigar for my birthday. I didn't get one this year. Probably because they have just shot up. I worked a cigar shop in Oklahoma City for a bit. I think I sold around $42,000 worth of cigars every month. Um, I can still, to this day, after a 5-minute conversation in the humidor, pick the perfect cigar for anybody, whether you're a longtime aficionado or a newbie. And it's, I don't know, get a nice Hoya de Monterey Excalibur #1 or a Ashton or a Romeo and Juliet Robusto. Oh, just I love a good cigar, but I don't smoke it very often. But smoked me a pipe. That was good enough. It got a friend of mine who sent me his wife made him the worst. A friend of mine named Scott. He's a old school New Yorker, and he sent me. He was like, I'm sending you all my stuff, Max, because my wife won't let me smoke it." And I'm like, at the same time, I don't smoke anymore. I do. This is my nicotine when I need it. And even this, I'm getting down to like almost nothing. So I'm this close to just being done. But I've got some really nice pipes and broke out some of that tobacco that Scott sent me. And I mean, just the best pipe tobacco is the stuff that just tastes amazing, but stinks to everybody else. I mean, just you gotta wash your clothes and double shower after you smoke a big old bowl. I didn't even break out. I mean, I'm known. My little image is me with a big calabash. I didn't even break out the calabash this year, and that one takes about an hour to smoke. I didn't want to be in there um, that long, but good pipe tobacco, and I smoke the. I mean, you none of that beginner stuff. If you went over to the grocery store and you see the big 5-pound bags of pipe tobacco, that ain't what I smoke. The stuff I smoke, just like some of you fine connoisseurs of the green leaf, is sold by the ounce, and it is out of my budget right now. So cigarettes were just, man, I smoked cigarettes for a long time. My dad smoked cool menthol 100s. Used to yell at me. He had a Chevy Love pickup. If you don't know what a Chevy Love is, it is like the tiniest pickup. It's if it had a canvas top, it would almost be the Fred Flintstone car. I think it was like a 2 or 3 cylinder pickup truck. They sell for stupid money now. I'd love to have one. Uh, and he used to get mad at me because he'd sit there and chain smoke these cool menthol 100s. And I'd roll the window down as a kid, just like trying to suck some clean air into my lungs. He'd be like, "What are you doing?" Yelling at me. I was like, "You're letting all the smoke out." I'm like, God damn it. And he was an asshole when he smoked them, but he just tripled when he quit. And it was, and the minute he quit, I started kind of sneaking them a little bit. For years, I smoked the original Lucky Strikes, non-filter. When I couldn't get those Camel non-filters, uh, I had a stupid, the Hunter S. Thompson little cigarette holder. That didn't work for me, but it keeps your keeps your fingers from turning yellow. That from trying to get that last drag of that cigarette when you, uh, that the hobo life is a harsh one, but I'm glad to hear you quit. That neither one of us needed to. I always hated cigarettes though. I used to smoke these French ones, come in a blue pack. They were called gouaches, something like that. They were just French European tobacco, so much different than American tobacco. And those gouaches were just woo, one a day. That's all you needed. But I always hated smoking cigarettes. They just always they make your hands stink. And then when you stop smoking them, you forever smell it. I remember the first week that I just stopped smoking cigarettes was like, enough of this. I'm tired of my wife telling me I stink. And we were walking up to a Walmart and they used to have these cigarette canisters out front. And I just got right up there and I was like, oh no, oh no. Mm-mm. It was the worst. It just hit you like the most disgusting smell. And I'm just thinking, is that what I smelled like? Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah. It just the worst. To this day, I still can't. Um, mm. But I got the same way with, smoking a pipe. Everybody's like, "Oh, I love the way a pipe smells." Not the shit I smoke. When you smoke those old Virginias, stuff like that, aged tin tobacco, it's delicious. You love it every puff. It's like, and everybody around you just, unless everybody who says, "I love the smell of a pipe tobacco," they're usually about half a block away from you. Oh, Virginia Slims. I swear to God, I never understood those things will would kick your ass. My grandmother Betty used to smoke Pall Mall 100s, the big, long, non-filter Pall Mall 100. She was out one week and we got her a pack of Virginia Slims and she couldn't smoke them. This woman smoked Pall Mall non-filter and said Virginia Slims made her dizzy. That ought to tell you everything you need to know. You see a woman smoking Virginia Slims, don't get in a knife fight with that woman because she's bringing a gun. 100%. That woman got a 357 Derringer in her purse. At never fight. Oh yeah, Virginia Slims. I smoked one time. That was the absolute just. I didn't need to smoke another cigarette for a week. That's almost nicotine poisoning. But anyway, so I need to stop talking about this. For those that are working the program, I need to quit talking about cigarettes right now. Oh, yes. That you know what? I can She made up for it though because her rum cake was just oh, I still wish I want that recipe. I don't know whose will in your family I need to get wrote into to get that recipe, but I know she probably took it with her to her grave. Like I ain't giving it to none of y'all. She looks like Tank Girl. It man, listen, I worry about the future of action figures here within the next I anything that is not already in production. Oh man, it is I think shit's about to get bad. We'll see. We'll see. That's fermented fruitcake. That's what it was. Oh, this woman, I gotta tell you, I want to share the greatest woman to ever walk the face of the earth. She was Aunt Dutch, and she was Aunt Dutch to everybody. When you went in her kitchen, she had this neat little old house, one of those old Sears and Roebuck houses, had the big old sink that was all that cast iron with all the porcelain finish over the top of it. Right up above that was a big old windowsill, and in that windowsill was a bunch of fruit. And in that fruit was a bunch of rum. And she used to take that and make this fruit cake. And that woman had me completely under Aunt Dutch, you need your lawn mowed? I'm there. I'm there. I will walk that lawnmower, that little push mower, 5 blocks over to your house. I will get it, your mower, whatever. I'll get out there with some scissors and cut it. And all you got was one piece. You got one piece. Every time she baked it, you got one piece. I got one piece. Everybody else might have got more. And it was heaven. And, as a kid, you taste that rum and you just got that little bit of adolescent, head change of I'm totally drunk. You weren't drunk. You might have been. I mean that but that fruitcake was just I still think about that fruitcake. Um Dear God, it was so good. It was just mm, mm, got me thinking about it again. Hey, Stack, you did this. Hey, you know what? That woman made me the man I am today. At Well, hell yeah, everybody loves Tank Girl. Oh yeah, we gotta stop it. Some lemon pound cake. It draws the gaze, doesn't it? Oh no, no, I Super K. I this wasn't. This was Avengers level fruitcake, okay? This was I can't even begin to describe this to you. It was you have your normal fruitcake, but she would take the fruit, mix rum in it, and set it up in the windowsill, and it would ferment for probably a month. This was you got that one cook on YouTube who takes like, the 100-hour cookies or the 3-month steak or something like that. That's what this fruitcake was. Okay. This was something that took prep time. And it was I can't I've never tasted anything as good since. I've been around the world and I have never tasted anything as good as that cake since. It's the bar of which all others are judged. So it was the alcohol, not the actual cake. Well, that may be. I mean, it a year-long ferment, it never stopped. Okay. There you go. See, Haystack knows the recipe. He just being cruel and won't tell me. Um, I do know that on real warm summer days, and that big old what do they call it? The carboys, big old glass. I used to do homebrew stuff, so she had it in a big old glass thing that definitely would not explode. And I do remember there was always fruit in there, and on a real hot summer day, that thing would burp just right, and you get a little flavor. You smell it, tasting it. So it. All I know is it was the most delicious thing ever. It. Oh, see, I the closest thing I've really got to any kind of family recipes would be some of the bread my dad made. And I'm pretty sure almost all of those bread recipes came from the blue cover edition of The Joy of Cooking, which is a pain in the ass cookbook to read. Um, all my best recipes come from fellow other tattooers who are just I got anybody who wants it. There is a tattooer, Tattoo Charlie's. I think he's in Nashville, Tennessee, and his son put out. It's just called the Best Damn Biscuit Recipe, and they are, believe it or not, vegan friendly, and it is the best damn biscuit you'll ever have in your life. Just dough, just mm. Oh, now I'm getting. See, I was hungry. Now my wife cooking sausage and potatoes in there, and I got to go this whole show smelling sausage and potatoes. Nothing like, and just kind of. There's always, what's everybody's favorite? If I know getting Aunt Dutch's, she's gone to a better place. So getting Aunt Dutch's, fruitcake, that's gone. It's just going to be a good memory from now on. One thing I do still get, usually once a year when my mama comes and visits, is I get biscuits and gravy, and we use this if you know there is a sausage company in Oklahoma called Blue and Gold. Everybody's got their local sausage place, but Blue and Gold sausage is just there's something about it. that is just absolutely amazing. Their sausage is good, their bacon is good. It doesn't matter what they make, it's good. So just get some big old drop biscuits. My mom makes them big. I mean, like two handfuls of those, just slap it on the plate, slather it with that biscuits and gravy. Oh, it's got bangers and mash. Can't go wrong with that. Well, I don't know about the peanut. I don't know about that one. Oh, I got a cinnamon roll story. I don't know how many of y'all familiar with. Everybody knows A&W root beer, right? I'm not, Well, there used to be. You still see them every now and then. They're always that combined with a pop with a KFC or something like that. They got bought out by some hedge fund. They're absolutely not what they used to be. But there are a few places out there that were A&W restaurants. And you'll know them if you ever go into one that's restored. It may be not by that name, but um, you'll sit in a booth and there's a little thing that has either a radio or something, but you pick up the phone at the booth and you'll place the order on the phone. Waitress doesn't come to you. You pick up the phone. Well, there was one in Guyman, Oklahoma, and I used to have to walk to and from. I was a pearl diver, wash dishes, and it was ran by a guy named Bob. And he used to make these plate-sized cinnamon rolls. And I don't mean just, a little plate. I mean plate size. And I'd always end up helping them because we'd make them the night before. They'd spend all night rising. And next morning, you just throw them in, get them, slather them with the sauce and serve them up. And people would buy out whole trays of these cinnamon. Best damn cinnamon roll ever had in my life. Mm. I still know how to make those. Hey, I just from memory, but it's one of those 24-hour things. But yeah, yeah. See, it's but the new ones are not the old ones. The old ones, they used to make there's one still in Oklahoma City, off of I hope it's still there. It looks like a Sonic drive-in with a big A-frame building. I think it's off of May Avenue or something like that. I cannot remember the name of it. Um, but they still make A&W root beer the old-fashioned way for syrup, and then, the secret to A&W root beer, they take a big old thing of powdered sugar and pour in on top of that syrup. Yep, that place I washed dishes there. Man, you know what? Some part of me, 32 years of tattooing and art career, doing this and everything. Some days I wish I was just still sitting there, just washing those dishes. Everybody left you alone. You just, long as the chef had his clean plates, they bring in. I didn't go out and bust no damn tables, just boom, here's dirty dishes, wash them, clean them, stack them, take them to the chef, help Bob with cinnamon rolls at night. But man, I cannot remember what all I remember about that A&W place in Oklahoma City. I think it was off of May Avenue, somewhere in there. But the guy he always hired the biggest tittied goth chicks to work that place. So of course I had that was where I was gonna be. But yeah. Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Because that's what you do. What's potatoes? Tell kids now. You know, I looking back on my 51 years, um, 100%. Just can't. Yeah, exactly. That's they're out there. They're out there. Which no, I'm not. Oh, just can't beat them. Cannot. Just yeah. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Big titty goth chicks. It's the way. Ah, for all you youngins watching, just remember: the paler the skin, the sweeter the meat. Yeah, never mind. But half of my viewers just like, no, I've had enough of this. Got the family watching. The wife's looking over the shoulder. I got to bounce. See you, Max. 100%. Big, small, find a way to love them all. So, time for the special part of our program, the amazing dehydration. There's only two things you need to remember when chasing goth chicks. Um, if they run, let them. If they stop running and start chasing you, you should be the one running. Yeah, we've been talking about food for like 20 minutes now, Stu. Where the hell have you been? Oh, I don't, yeah. It's been a mediocre birthday, but tonight I am glad y'all have cheered me up. I needed it. I occasionally, I like to be the one doing the cheering up, but y'all have definitely brought me up tonight. I don't know, 51. That's half of your life. Half of your life is over. No matter how you want to look at it. It's either the larger half or, whether I have the shorter half to look forward to. It's been good. I definitely would have liked to have done quite a few. Tonight will be is definitely a night of reflection. So if it and that is absolutely not middle age. It's maybe for those who took better care of themselves than I have. Um, but but by the time I was 30, I had destroyed one motor vehicle for every year I'd been alive. I've been three-quarters away around the planet. If you've never left the country you were born in, do so at least once, or maybe. Oh, nobody gives a shit about the NFL draft. Um, Stupid Amazon News. Always tell or Amazon News, Apple News. always sends me alerts on the shit that nobody gives two craps about. At least my nerdy geeky ass doesn't. Um, Jersey does in fact count. Uh, but are we talking North Shore, South Shore, or Trenton? Because if you've been to Trenton, then bud, you a survivor. When I got deported from Canada, um, they put me on a plane and dropped me off in Trenton with I I think I had $12, maybe I don't know, maybe I had 20 or $30 Canadian and a small backpack and Newark, not Trenton, Newark. And Newark, that's what I meant, Stu. And now Trenton's fine. But dropped me off at Newark and was like, all right, bye. Don't come back to Canada. Sorry. um and I'd never been so scared in my entire life. Halfway around the world. And I get to Newark. And I'm like, well, there's some players out here. I don't like the game. Well, they told me not to come back. So I'm going to assume that, but that's also been, God, let's see, 1997. So that's 30 years ago. I don't math so good, but, um, it was no. That was totally on me. When you stay for a year and a half um under a fictitious name and tell them that you're English so that they don't deport you back to the US because you want a free ride back to the UK where you have a substantial amount of money waiting for you. You kind of take what you get. So yeah, it that's not a story for tonight. Maybe one day I'll tell that story. Come back here a year from now, and I promise you, I will tell you unabridged the Max Canada story, and I'll make sure that my lovely assistant here is not watching. No, it was Maximilian Sterling, and I was an East Ender. I do a pretty good East Ender. It I'm not saying that I have a perfect English accent, but I fooled a lot of English people. So pretty much the minute you say that you're from East London, everybody just kind of stops listening to anything you have to say. So it doesn't really matter how good or bad your accent is. They just assume that, it's correct. When Haystack can tell you that when I came back, one of the first jobs that I took when I came back to the US, I was actually in Virginia, and I let somebody convince me to move back to Oklahoma. And it's still up for debate whether that was a good or bad idea. But one of the first jobs I took was working at a AM country and western radio station. So I would get on there and be like, "Oh, it's time for your drive at 5, and you've just been listening to Tim McGraw's Big D doesn't mean Dallas." and or whatever, George Strait coming at you. And so I had to, all right, enough of that. So I had a good English accent, and um, damn right, I miss Virginia Beach. Um, I had a proper English accent working at a country and western station, AM. So that's farm radio. The only people listening to AM stations are the farmers in Southwest Kansas who have no other choice but to listen to you. And that's right, 1210 AM KGYN, voice of the High Plains. I can still do that. You're listening to Your Drive at 5 with Mad Max Tucker. I was back to the Max Tucker then. Travel the world. It's a funny story. My assumed name when I was traveling was Max Sterling, and it was off of the one of the characters of the old Robotech series. My favorite one. I was always trying to dye my hair blue, like that character Maximilian Sterling has blue hair. I always tried to dye my hair blue as a kid. I say ran away. Everybody was like, "Oh, Max ran away again." No, Max just ditched school and went to one of the barbershops in town and was like, "I want my hair dyed blue," and had the money to do it and everything. And that asshole called my mother. He was an asshole. He was a good dude, but he still called my mom. I was like, "Man, I ditched school for this." You know how hard it is to ditch school? They've got the school you got to ditch is like surrounded by a block of nothing. So if you run out from the school, they can see you from about 3 different directions. You're not ditching school and like nobody, oh, we got away with it. No, there was no way to do that because you were out in the middle of a field. And the junior high was a lot easier to ditch, but I think that's the one I ditched. Tried to get my hair dyed blue. They wouldn't do it. Should have just waited the next trip to Amarillo and snuck in, got me some manic panic. Then, of course, then I probably would have got my head shaved. The town I grew up in, you didn't do weird shit like that. I would have, totally would have been totally secure in myself, would have took the abuse, probably would have ended up with a black eye for popping, trying to pop whoever made fun of me. And everybody was always so scared to be themselves in that town. They still are. Still are. Maybe not so much now. I don't know. It's been a while. I try to avoid that. I'll defer to Haystack's knowledge of the area. But Haystack, you watch if you walk into the little truck stop they just built on Highway 3 to fill up, and you see a blue haired dude, you gonna say good morning? Haystack probably would, because Haystack's cool as shit. But you know what? That's fair too. I wouldn't go to town either. The shit I did as a kid. It I went I I'm absolutely surprised. I finally admitted to this. Um I think I told this story on here once or twice before, but um the way our junior high was set up was just one long hallway. All the classes were on the right or the left, depending on which way you're facing. and I had won one of those little glass vial stink bombs at the county fair. And I'm showing it off. We're all sitting there on these little steps going up to the classroom one morning. I was like, "Look what I got." They're like, "You wouldn't dare." I was like, "Pop." And we all scattered like roaches when you turn the lights on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that, nasty egg smell, yuck. And listen, I found a replacement. They, where is it? I'll make this. Oh, where? Oh. I'm gonna hide one of the letters because I don't wanna um, these right here absolutely will ruin your life for about 2 hours. Um, now the thing about those is it's the exact same ingredient that they put in natural gas line to let you know that you have a gas leak. Well, I'm a what 15-year-old kid. I don't nobody, you know, I didn't think about that, but they emptied the entire building. I got everybody out of class for like, God, I think like at least the whole morning. That's right. Nobody told. Only about 5 of us knew that I did it. Nobody ratted me out. And, oh, speaking of food, look at that. Hmm. Yeah, let's try. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the shit right there. Yep. So, yeah, I've pretty much already come out. So, but that's cool. Yeah, there was only about 5 of us that knew, and nobody said anything. And I mean, and I got questioned a couple times. Haystack got questioned. A couple other of our friends got questioned, and I think they kind of had an idea, but everybody held to their guts. And I mean, it was 30 years, 30 years. And when it finally came out, everybody was just like, oh, yeah. Anyway, it was good times. You do something like that now, they'll send your ass to Guantanamo. I'm gonna have one more bite of this. Mm, ooh, mm. Oh, that's good. That is probably way too much sodium for me. Anyway, but it was always something. I was always I got blamed for a lot more shit than I ever did. And because everybody always knew that I did it, you know. Somebody I wasn't even in the country when this happened. Somebody salted a pentagram on the golf course one time. And I know who did it, but I wasn't even in the country. And I got blamed for that. Pretty sure yeah, that's anyway. But I was always one of those my entire life, even after I, left Oklahoma. I believe the Mexican term for it is an hombre de sombra, or shadow man, or gray man. Things always happen. I was I've always been a catalyst. Even when, just presence. I don't know. I don't want that to come off narcissistic or anything like that, but just, you know, things always seemed to happen when I was around. So whether I instigated or whether I was just the one person who didn't say, "Hey, we don't need to do this," um, things happened. So it's been a fun life. It's not over. I don't want to talk like it's over, but it's been for 51 years. I don't. I definitely don't. I mentally I don't feel 51. Um, man, listen. I guarantee you. Give me a location. I can prove this. I have traveled with my wife. We'll stop in a random Walmart somewhere 1,000 miles from where we know anybody, either of us. And somebody will come up to me. And this is before the YouTube thing. This is, you know, just probably the middle of my tattoo career. And somebody would come up and be like, "Max? What's up, Max?" I'd always run like I've got a friend of mine right now. If you like hand blown glass, out in Oregon right now is a speaking of big titted goth girls, Julie Riggs Glass. Check her out on Instagram. She is amazing. She is one of the most talented glass blowing artists I have ever encountered. The first time I met her, I was hitchhiking up and down 95 and got picked up by a bunch of little country people. And she was all dressed up country and went down to Florida for 6 months, hung out with a bunch of hippies, come back, and she's a goth chick. Leave, travel the country, come back in 97. I'm in Virginia, and I end up roommating with her. So, yeah, it has definitely been. I keep getting told that I need to do my memoirs. That just sounds way fancier than it really is. But just to write down the real shit in my life, not just the bullshit I tell you people, the real shit. And I was just like, nobody. I don't believe half the shit that I have gone through. The just it, some of it makes no damn sense to anybody. And here I am at the not at the end of it, but where I'm at now is I talk about art and random shit on YouTube to the world, and I talk about toys. I collect little army men and little dinosaurs and that and art supplies. It's it's a crazy road. It's a crazy, crazy road. So, and I'm glad that, again, that if I can be glad for nothing else right now, because I do have I got a lot of fucking upsetting shit going on in IRL right now. Um, but one thing I am thankful for, and I'm going to end with this tonight, that I am thankful for anybody who pays me 5 minutes of fucking attention, um, who comes on, takes time from their life, and pays attention to anything I do, wants to talk, chat, hit that like button, um, and just, just takes a few minutes to say hi. It it means a lot to me. So, all right, let's see if we can find a good birthday quote to end. I know tonight's episode's a little bit short, but I got some Sausage and Taters here. I am going to be uh working on some artwork tonight. I got to get this done because um Diablo 4 expansion comes out on the 28th, and y'all liable to not see me for about 2 weeks. Let's see. Let's find a good one. You know what? Here's a wonderful one. I believe from Oliver Twist. Queer Street, Queer Street is full of lodgers at present. Y'all have a great night. Thank you for being here on this birthday night. Check out Korn's new Diablo song. It's the first song they've released in like 4 years. Go play some Diablo. Check me out. If you want my gamer tag, let me know. We'll play some Diablo together. Y'all have a great night. Happy birthday to me. And if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Love y'all. We'll see you next week.